Hi everyone, welcome to the Ferris Family YouTube channel. My name's James, I'm part of the Ferris family as you might have guessed. And in this video we're going to get into our trip to France. This is a multi-part video because we actually went from England to France to Spain and then to Portugal. So in France you'll get to see some of the highlights of our trip. We went 1 week before the Olympics, so we got to see all the Olympic setup and everything, and that was kind of cool. We saw a lot of iconic buildings and architecture, and the kids had a lot of fun. The adults of course did too. Not to mention we went to Disneyland Paris, and that was a fantastic trip. We're huge Disney fans, as you might tell from the screen behind me, and all of the Disney peripherals around. So let's get into France. We took the Eurostar train from London, England to Paris, France, and that was pretty awesome. It was a great trip. And now we arrive in Paris in thunderstorm. After getting through the massive train station in Paris, we get to the RER, which is basically their metro, their subway, and we take that to our hotel. So now I want to just kind of talk about some of the things that I didn't film about Paris, so maybe it'll help you when you're planning a trip to Paris. We ended up staying at the Courtyard by Marriott near the Gare de Lyon train station. It was right next to it. You'll see a shot right here of our view out of our window. That is the Gare de Lyon train station, so we're within walking distance of the train station. The Courtyard by Marriott was a great place. They had a restaurant inside. And one of the things that I learned as being an American was that the food in Europe in general, specifically France, is really good. The taste is good. We didn't have a bad meal while we were there. We actually ate at the restaurant for dinner and breakfast in the hotel, and the food there was excellent for, being a hotel. But we experienced that throughout France. We also ate some pastries and some other food, while we were out and about, and everything was just so fresh and it tastes so good. We also had ice cream that, it just tastes different in France than it does in the US. I like ice cream, and you could definitely tell the difference between the ice cream that was served in France and the ice cream that we generally get, in the US. The Gare de Lyon train station, if you didn't know, is near the Bercy Arena. And if you're familiar with that because of the Olympics, the women's and men's gymnastics were there. Also, the basketball games are being played there, and also the trampoline competition. So that is in walking distance from the Gare de Lyon train station. We went to Paris about 1.5 weeks before the Olympics. One thing I noticed then is that Paris didn't have a lot of people. And I was expecting more because I was thinking Olympics, everybody goes to the Olympics. And from what I understood from our tour guide is that she said that most Parisians actually were leaving because they were actually shutting down the city center, and there was nothing for them to really do because you need to have a ticket or whatever to get into the Olympics, because they were securing the entire area. And the Olympics happened to be right in the city center of Paris, so there wasn't a lot of people there when we went. So kind of good for us. We didn't have to deal with a lot of people. I imagine normally there's a lot more people in Paris, post Olympics. I'm sure everything will go back to normal, but that was kind of cool that we were there. We could see all of the Olympics set up. The stadium seating that you see when we were on the river in the video, that was stadium seating for the Olympics all around the river. So yeah, we had a really good time. The food was fresh, the pastries were good. Our walking tour, I just wanted to give a shout out to a place that my wife just recently discovered called Tours by Locals. We had great experiences with Tours by Locals. It's a website you can go to. You pick a kind of tour you want. We chose a 5-hour Paris city tour, and she took us all around Paris via the train, walking, on the boat. We got to see all the different architecture, all the different famous spots, and she basically structured her tour around what we wanted. It was a private tour, and it's definitely excellent. So I would check out Tours by Locals. I had great experiences with them, and I plan to use them again in the future. After Paris, we took the train to Disneyland Paris, and we continued our adventure there. So look forward to that video coming up soon.